breathing issues are unfortunately very common in cats. This is especially true for senior cats. When these issues arise, they must be met with close monitoring and professional examination and care. Because senior felines naturally lack the proper immune health to fight off various forms of infection and illness, they can succumb to breathing difficulties far more easily than compared to their younger and healthier counterparts. This is yet another reason why heavy breathing while resting should never be ignored or dismissed. If there is a quote-unquote rule number 1, it's that cats should never have labored breathing while resting or sleeping. It is critical to note that breathing issues are a secondary symptom. Getting to the root cause of the issue is the objective. This is why professional care is so important. The sooner you get your cat to a vet, the sooner a proper diagnosis can be established and the proper treatment provided. Never attempt to self-diagnose your cat's medical concerns, especially something as serious as difficulty breathing. Once you notice the issue, monitor it and then act accordingly. Waiting days to take your cat to the vet can prove dire. In this video, we will detail 5 of the most common reasons that cause labored and heavy breathing, as well as the critical symptoms that you should always look for. Before we begin to explore each specific cause, it's important to remember that every root health concern that has led to your cat's labored breathing is serious. While some are certainly more critical than others, it's vital to treat all conditions with proper respect. Labored breathing is not normal, so while the conditions may vary in terms of severity, each ailment must be addressed in a timely manner. In no particular order, the most notable health issues that can trigger heavy and labored breathing are as follows. Airway diseases. Conditions such as pulmonary edema, feline asthma, and pneumonia can make it difficult for your cat to breathe with ease. Limiting your cat's oxygen supply, these diseases can make it difficult for your cat to not only breathe, but to perform basic tasks. Pulmonary edema, for example, can cause fluid to build up within your cat's lungs. This condition can prove dire if not treated accordingly. This is especially true for senior cats. Noted as a secondary condition to a much greater issue, pulmonary edema is often linked to heart failure, cancer, or another disease that has greatly compromised the health of your cat's immune system. Upper respiratory infection. Regarded as one of the primary causes of heavy and labored breathing, most every feline will develop some form of upper respiratory infection in their life. However, infections of this nature can be quite difficult for senior cats. Because older cats lack the proper immune health and physical stamina to fight off most infections, eliminating the congestion caused by an upper respiratory infection is critical. The sooner, the better. Senior felines are not equipped to combat infections on their own, so they certainly need our help. In addition to heavy breathing, the symptoms associated with upper respiratory infection may include sneezing, coughing or hacking, discharge from the eyes, snorting, the sound of nasal congestion, and discharge from the nose. It becomes vital to monitor your cat closely if these symptoms are present, as things can take a turn for the worse if your cat is already in failing health, has a pre-existing condition, or is of senior status. If severe lethargy and lack of food or water consumption develop, then you should take your cat to the vet as soon as possible. Pleural effusion. Fluid that builds up outside of the centralized area of the lungs within what is known as the pleural space is called pleural effusion. Causing the lungs to no longer inflate properly, pleural effusion can cause shortness of breath, which results in heavy and labored breathing. Unfortunately, as more fluid accumulates, the more difficulty your cat will have. Intense breathing, even while resting, is common. Health conditions and diseases such as cancer, congestive heart failure, and a chest infection can produce pleural effusion. Obesity. If your cat is slightly overweight or has been expertly classified as obese, labored breathing could be a prominent issue. This is notably true for senior cats. Because elderly felines often deal with joint and muscle discomfort, the days of playing and running around have long since vanished. In fact, basic tasks can even become a thing of yesteryear in severe cases. If your cat has been grounded due to failing mobility, this can lead to obesity. Many times obesity has very little to do with your cat's eating habits, but rather a case of your cat simply doing less. Inactivity, sometimes due to old age and immobility, is often the root cause behind the entire condition. The best way to deal with heavy breathing that is a byproduct of obesity is to adopt dietary changes with the help of a professional. Even if overfeeding and lack of exercise is not the issue, certain subtle changes can still allow your cat to stay on the right side of nutrition while also shedding a few pounds. It's all about proper balance, and this is where your vet can help you immensely. Physical trauma. Impacting cats of all life stages, physical trauma from a fall, an altercation, or in some cases, an assault from a malicious individual can cause great harm to your feline. Depending on the injuries, heavy or labored breathing can be the result. In respect to senior cats, trauma can come from a lack of mobility, more so, a lack of balance. If your elderly cat attempts to jump on your sofa and comes up a bit short, the fall to the floor can be costly. No longer able to contort its body properly to escape danger, your cat could suffer greatly. Sadly, this is not too much unlike an elderly person who sustains a fall. In most cases, physical trauma that results in breathing difficulty is the result of a chest injury. If you discover a flesh wound on the chest or feel swelling, your cat needs immediate medical attention. While heavy breathing, independently and void of other issues, is not a major concern if it's a one-time experience, prolonged heavy breathing, especially when met with other symptoms, can be a sign of a serious issue. Some common symptoms of labored breathing include changes in breathing pace. Although heavy breathing can be worrisome, breathing that changes pace is a sign that your cat is struggling for oxygen. Slow, fast, aggressive, no breathing, fast, slow, fast. All of these signs are troublesome as they indicate that your cat is trying everything possible to breathe. These symptoms can also be viewed as forceful breathing. If breathing is not only labored but also bordering on voluntary, then your cat could be in a dire circumstance. Crouching, hunching down, similar to a person bending over or putting their hands on their knees or hips, is a sign of trouble, especially if this action is in combination with changes in breathing pace. It is not uncommon for cats to crouch down and lean forward with an extended neck in an attempt to breathe. Loss of appetite. The consumption of food requires a momentary blockage of oxygen, at least partially, as it relates to normal breathing. If your cat is already struggling to breathe, then food in the mouth can almost act as a form of suffocation. Have you ever had a stopped-up nose and tried to consume a large amount of food? Between the chewing and swallowing, it can feel like you're at the bottom of a swimming pool. This is not unlike what your cat experiences. If your cat has stopped eating, this is likely a deliberate act, as a means to conserve as much energy and oxygen as possible. Lethargy. Perpetual lethargy can often accompany labored breathing. This symptom not only involves a general lack of activity and interest, but in some cases a failure to acknowledge you or even respond in any capacity. If your cat is so weak that it fails to move and engage in any standard of positive living, you should seek medical attention immediately, as this points to a much larger issue than just labored breathing alone. Disease and severe illness can render your cat virtually lifeless when things become dire. Hiding. Often working in tandem with lethargy, it is common for your cat to go into hiding when breathing difficulties and illness are ruling the day. Some examples of hiding can include your cat sleeping and relaxing in places it has never cared for in the past. Your cat comes out of hiding only to use the bathroom and then returns to the same hiding location. Your cat starts to use the bathroom near or at the hiding location rather than the litter box. And finally, your cat makes a deliberate attempt not to be found or seen. Some examples may include hiding under a table or under your sofa. Blue or purple gums. Heavy and labored breathing can also give way to blue and or purple gums. If your cat is struggling for oxygen, discoloration of the gums in this fashion is a sign that your cat's minimal oxygen needs are not being met. This symptom is very serious, and it goes far beyond mere labored breathing and general heavy exhales. If you would like more information concerning this very serious topic, please click the initial link in the description box below. There you will find an in-depth article on this subject that will cover many of the facts noted in this video, as well as a host of information that was not discussed. Questions and concerns regarding diagnosis and treatment of labored breathing, the normal breathing pace for a cat, the breathing habits of young healthy cats, the breathing habits of senior cats, and how anxiety and stress can impact your cat's breathing are each detailed and discussed. We also encourage you to explore seniorcatwellness.com if you have any other issues that are pending. If you need assistance, there's a good chance you'll find an article that caters to your needs as a loving cat owner. If you like our video content, please click the subscribe button and join our YouTube community. We'd love to have you. Our videos serve as a gateway to our written content, so if you found this material informative, we hope you'll stick around for more exciting things to come. In respect to this video, has your cat ever dealt with breathing issues? Heavy breathing? Labored breathing? If so, what was the diagnosis and how was it treated? Leave a comment below and share your story. We'd love to know about your experiences, as they can potentially serve to help others who are going through similar situations. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope you have a wonderful day.